Let the Zondo Commission report become on the table, and let us insist that the leadership of our country who we voted in take the appropriate action based on those facts. So that is when a major element of cleansing will take place. No longer on the basis that it is one faction fighting or another, but now on the basis that here are the facts, here are the corrupt, this is what needs to be done, and let's get rid of the corrupt, and let's create a culture of accountability. So the Zondo Commission report is a critical instrument which we have invested in a democracy. And let me say this, that democracy is a crucial victory in our path to freedom. But democracy is a victory that is filled with promise. We have to make that promise real, and it only becomes real when you and I become activists in that democracy. Polokwane was an expression of the failure of the ANC to come to terms and move with the times. There were real challenges that were being expressed. And certainly, whilst post-Polokwane is the time when, for example, corruption becomes systemic to our system, the fact of the matter is that it has its genesis in an earlier period. And I am a person who is of the view that while the Zuma years were the tragic years of our history, its roots were in the earlier period. And in that earlier period, we have to ask, did we adequately, and what do we learn from what we did, how to do things differently? One of them is how to ensure that those in power do not abuse that power. The abuse was happening earlier, and it simply became systemic. So insofar as we individualize the problem as Zuma, let us be clear that he too is a product of that past. And let us take responsibility and not simply think that putting the blame alone on him solves the problem. I have alluded to the fact, in fact, beyond alluded, I have explicitly stated that post-94, when politics became a career, we no longer made it a requirement of the membership and the leadership to be servants of the people and work with the communities on the ground. I would like one of the center pins of the forthcoming processes in the ANC to take the Zondo Commission report and make it as its touchstone for future action. I would also insist that service delivery becomes the principal area of action by the ANC as an organization and by every ANC member elected to office and every ANC member who is not in office. And thirdly, within that context, I would insist that we do everything to ensure that the tripartite alliance talks in sync. It cannot carry on where they call themselves an alliance, but each time they spend their time undermining each other. That can't be. We have to learn to pull together. We'll have to learn to take the facts that we know today and agree what to do tomorrow and then do it. But we cannot carry on where we say we are all together, but the moment you start doing things, they start rubbishing each other.